So welcome to this CTO Focus Session, where I'm joined by no one less than Bruno Zerbib, the Group CTIO for Orange. Very welcome. Great to have you here.
Super happy to be here. Like, very
interesting times in the industry, not the least when it comes to new business and I guess also new technology. So a few months back, we jointly announced the new venture, which is about getting access to network APIs, ultimately for developers in a global way, simplifying not just the access to the APIs, but also the business around it. How do you really create your new application? How do you reach into all these networks globally? So what's your take on where we are right now and how it's working?
So I would say that, listen, I mean, you know that very well. Over the last 15, 20 years, we've seen the emergence of over-the-top applications, like the Netflix of the world, that have been essentially leveraging connectivity as a commodity, right? And that has been translating into poor monetization opportunities for us. I think with the emergence of new use cases, we'll maybe be talking about artificial intelligence as one of them, we see the ability to do much more than providing simple connectivity, but a set of very advanced services, really very similar to what you see with the hyperscalers. In that context, I think we have an opportunity to really create a new market opportunity at scale for all of the telcos around network APIs. And I think that the joint venture that we just announced a few months ago is a fantastic catalyst to accelerate that.
When you think of it from an Orange perspective, what are you doing to readying the Orange network, but perhaps also where do you see the biggest opportunities here?
So we're doing a few things. First of all, we are making organizational changes. We're making sure that we're thinking about this opportunity as not being an engineering defined opportunity, but as a business opportunity. So we have essentially created a business organization that's going to be solely focused on that. So we're trying to unsaddle all of the teams that we have across the entire group, and we operate across 26 countries, and to think holistically, strategically about that opportunity at the scale of the group. So that's the one thing we're doing. And then once you have that, then it means you're going to have a very strong leadership team that's going to be focusing on the use cases that we believe we can monetize. And obviously, we are standardizing, aligning all of our infrastructure to make sure that we have the right API strategy to send and feed into this JV.
I think since we've had some discussion over today actually and talked a lot about AI and Gen AI, is there anything you can say about Gen AI in connection to networks and how we should think about that?
So when we think about AI, we think about two distinct opportunities. The first one is a mix of Gen AI and classical AI. Is how do we use artificial intelligence to make our networks better, right? And think about orchestration and automation in general. You know, slicing will require a lot of dynamic orchestration powered by AI. But also the other part of that discussion is how do we make sure that we are reinventing the way we think about connectivity? How do we build the network of tomorrow so that it can deliver the best AI experience? And we know this is going to be tied to low latency, quality on demand, all of those things. And that's the second part.
I think that's a super exciting part. Not only is it what we all would like to have, a personal AI assistant, of course, as a consumer, perhaps also as an enterprise. I think that's super exciting. Maybe one more word on that first piece, because you are also taking a leading role in the industry when it comes to implementing autonomous networks, level 3, level 4, and so forth. How do you see that coming about? Is it sort of filling or meeting your needs, or do we have more to do as an industry? We have some ways to standardize it, but we also have a lot of implementation aspects of this.
I think, listen, we always obviously use frameworks like the full self-driving framework in terms of autonomy, level of autonomy. I think we're not progressing fast enough, but we're on the right track. We have to figure out very clear milestones that will give us a clear customer impact in terms of, you know, solving outages, being more proactive, predictive. And that's where the industry needs to come together. We need to really get better at that. I would say that orchestration and AI need to come together as the underlying framework to make this happen.
And there I think we are helped by some of the work you mentioned. Some is standardized, but also platforms like the SMO platform that allows you to scale some of these automation applications, AI applications, the autonomous capabilities actually open for innovation, whether it's from your current partners or it's someone inventing something super smart in the self-optimizing, self-organizing networks. There are lots of things that I at least expect that the industry will come together around once we have the platform in place. And I think that's a journey as well.
Exactly, I hope so.
Yeah, good, great. Bruno, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.